Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están ustedes? Otra vez aquí estamos con Profesor Pablo y Learn Spanish with Profesor Pablo. Part 2, we talked about location of people and objects. Well, we have more to talk about as well today on the same lesson. We have our verb estar, estoy, estás, está, estamos, están. The past tense estaba. But now we have en. We're going to focus only on en, which means in, on, or at. Here are some common places that we all end up at from time to time. But this is not a complete list, but it's a good start. We have la casa is home. El trabajo is work. El río is the river. People go out to the river and go water skiing and so on. Las montañas, certainly we go to the mountains. El parque, oh my gosh, many of us live at the park. La piscina in the summer, la piscina, the pool. You're at a hotel. ¿Dónde están los niños? Where are the kids? Ay, están en la piscina. They're at the pool. Remember, en can mean in, on, or at. So están en la piscina, they're at the pool or they're in the pool. La cocina, kitchen. El partido, game. La playa, beach. La iglesia, church. El templo, temple. El centro, downtown or center. El edificio, building. Edifice in English, building. El restaurante, restaurant. La oficina, office. El correo, short for post office. La tienda, store. El hospital, hospital, obviously, that's a cognate. Remember, a cognate is a word that is spelled the same basically in both languages and means the same. Hospital. El garaje, another one, another cognate. El garaje, garage. El mercado, market. El aeropuerto, airport. La ciudad, city. And el militar, the military. Now you can see my print size is big and it got small down here because there's a lot of places that we frequent. But I ran out of space, but these are some of the basic, obvious, common ones that we do. So let's practice. If I want to say I'm on the phone and it says, oh, I'm home. Estoy en la casa. Dad is in the mountains. Papá está en las montañas. Mom is at work. Mamá está en el trabajo. We're at the beach. Estamos en la playa. Right? Frankie is at the post office. Frankie está en el correo. Correo, aquí está. En el correo. Okay? The girl's at the hospital. La muchacha está en el hospital. The boys are at the airport. Los muchachos están en el aeropuerto. They're in the city. Están en la ciudad. They're in the military. Están en el militar. We're downtown. Estamos en el centro. We're at the game. Estamos en el partido. We're at the park. Estamos en el parque. Right? They are in the mountains. Están en las montañas. They are home. Están en la casa. They're at the hospital. Están en el hospital. They're in the building. Están en el edificio. Now remember, if you want to go into the past, you would take estaba. Estaba works for estoy. It becomes estaba, estabas, estaba. These two are both estaba. This one is estabas, so it's estaba with an S, estabas. The we is estábamos. So it's estaba with an MOS and an accent on the A. Estábamos, and for they were would be estaba with an N. Remember, the N factor tells us the subject is they or you plural. Estaba. So if I want to say I was at work, I would say estaba en el trabajo. We were at the restaurant. Estábamos en el restaurante. She was at church. Ella estaba en la iglesia. Dad was at the beach. Papá estaba en la playa. My brother was at the game. Mi hermano estaba en el partido. They were in the city. Estaban en la ciudad. Okay? I was at church. Yo estaba en la iglesia. Again, the yo is not necessary, but it's not a bad idea because estaba is the same for I was, he was, she was, usted, you were, it was. So it's a good idea sometimes to throw the yo on there. Yo estaba en la playa. I was at the beach. Yo estaba en la cocina. Mamá siempre está en la cocina. Can we give it up for the ladies of the world and you guys that cook? I don't mean to estereotipar, to stereotype, but in my life experience, most of the women I know, compared to the guys, greatly are the cooks. So, gracias a las mujeres por estar en la cocina. Thanks to all you women for being in the kitchen y preparando la comida and preparing the food. Y para ustedes hombres, and for you men que cocinan, that cook, excelente, tremendo, fuerte, fuerte el aplauso. Let's have a loud applause. Fuerte el aplauso. Cocinar es importante. Cooking is important. Tenemos que comer. We have to eat, ¿verdad? Gracias a las mujeres y gracias a los hombres. Thanks to men and women que pasan mucho tiempo, that spend a lot of time, que pasan mucho tiempo en la cocina, in the kitchen, en la cocina. Shout out to you people that prepare food. Okay, I was at the office. Yo estaba en la oficina, right? The inspector was in the building. El inspector estaba en el edificio. The man was in the house. El señor estaba en la casa. The girls were at the store. Las chicas estaban, the N factor, put the N on there. Las chicas estaban en la tienda. The girls were at the store. The boys were at the game. Los muchachos estaban en el partido. All right, so now you can say where you are, where someone is, or where someone was or where you were. And it could be for an object as well, like your wallet, you left it behind. It was in the church. Estaba en la iglesia. Oh, my keys. They were at work. Mis llaves, we had the word llaves, don't forget, llaves. Mis llaves, and we had mis, my keys, mis llaves, estaban with the N. N factor means they or you plural. My keys were at work. Mis llaves estaban en el trabajo. Mis llaves estaban en el trabajo. Right? Okay, so now we know very well how to say where someone or something is or where someone or something was. Learn your vocabulary. Casa, you all know that. Trabajo, work. Río, river. Montañas, mountains. Parque, park. La piscina. Alberca, also. Piscina is a swimming pool. Cocina, kitchen. Partido, game. Playa, beach. Iglesia, church. Templo, temple. Centro is either downtown or a center. Like a shopping center is el centro comercial, the commercial center. That's a shopping center. El centro comercial. It's a cognate, right? Like in English, comercial, but it only has one M in Spanish. So, el centro comercial is a shopping center. El edificio, building. El restaurante, another cognate, restaurant. La oficina, another cognate, office. El correo, post office. La tienda, store. El hospital, hospital. El garaje, garage. El mercado, market. El aeropuerto, airport. La ciudad. How do you say goodbye to your father when he leaves? You say, ciudad. Do you get it? A little bit of a joke there, a little pun. La ciudad, city. El militar, the military. She's in the military. Ella está en el militar. My uncle is in the military. Mi tío está en el militar. All right, that concludes part 2 of location of people and objects. Hopefully now with part 1 and part 2, we filled in some of the gaps we left in part 1 with part 2. Okay, Gracias otra vez más. I know you're learning. I know you're progressing. Keep on this. Remember, pull out your phone when you got dead time in the car or somewhere. Study. You're in a doctor's office. Goodness. You have to wait. Pull out your phone and study your Spanish. If you have earphones, put them in and practice and listen, right? So I encourage you. You're doing great. Keep it up. Gracias mil veces. Gracias. Una y mil veces. Gracias. Thanks a million. In English, we say thanks a million. In Spanish, we say una y mil veces gracias. 1 in 1,000 thanks. Mil gracias, 1,000 thanks. Mil gracias. We don't say un millón de gracias. Mil gracias. In English, we say thanks a million. In Spanish, we say mil gracias. Thanks 1,000. Anyways, that's another story for another day. Gracias. Hasta pronto. Ciao.